Most traders spend 3 to 5 years losing time to trial and error. This 90-day roadmap provides the specific behavioral structure required for profitability. Success under this system does not rely on secret indicators or complex strategies. It is built on a rigid behavioral framework that dictates how you act every single day. This protocol functions as monk mode. For the next 90 days, you will operate in isolation, adhering to a strict set of rules that remove every common distraction from your environment. You must have a baseline before you begin. If you do not have a basic trading strategy yet, learn its mechanics before starting this challenge. First, prepare your tools. You will need a physical journal or a dedicated spreadsheet to build and track the components of your system. To establish immediate accountability, scroll down to the comments right now and type, "I am ready." Without a documented public commitment, the psychological barrier to quitting remains low. By leaving a public timestamp, you create a social cost for walking away before the 90 days are up. Rule number 1 is the information diet. Delete Discord, Telegram, and every social media app where you consume trading opinions or influencer content. External signals and conflicting market opinions trigger dopamine loops that confuse your decision-making. When you listen to too many voices, your brain loses the ability to focus on its own execution. To maintain clarity, you must cut the noise. For the next 3 months, the only analytical opinion you will care about is your own. Rule number 2 is the technical edge. You must select exactly one market instrument and one specific trading setup to master. Your timeline begins with 30 days of dedicated backtesting. You will pull 3 years of historical data for your single setup and log every instance of that pattern. This period of isolated testing is necessary to master the setup. By the end of the month, the pattern should be so familiar that you can identify it instantly without hesitation. For the remaining 60 days, you are restricted to live execution. You are forbidden from trading anything other than the one setup you have mastered. Combining information isolation with single setup mastery addresses the 2 primary causes of early failure: second-guessing your analysis and hopping between different strategies. Rule number 3 is the execution limit. You are permitted to take only one single trade per day. We apply a zero-tolerance policy to this limit. If you open a trade by mistake, even a fractional lot, you must close it immediately and stop trading for the remainder of the day. Rule number 4 is the 1% risk shield. As this diagram shows, you will extract a tiny sliver of your account to act as a shield against total capital loss. Your exposure must never exceed 1% on any single trade. If you struggle with over-leveraging, you need to reprogram your subconscious habits. Open your journal and physically write out your commitment to this 1% limit until it becomes a baseline rule. Choosing not to trade because your setup didn't appear is a successful execution of the protocol. These 90 days are designed to master the operational process rather than generate maximum short-term profit. These strict boundaries serve as your primary defense against the impulse to revenge trade. Rule number 5 is the physical challenge. You must complete 30 minutes of intentional physical exertion every day. Professional athletes often train in secondary disciplines to raise their overall performance capacity. These accessory skills build the baseline stamina required to excel in their primary sport. Rule number 6 is the mental challenge. Engaging in a daily cognitive task like chess or intensive reading builds the focus needed for trading. The high-intensity focus required for market analysis drains your cognitive stamina. Training your brain with unrelated, challenging tasks expands your total mental endurance. Discipline built away from the screens translates into emotional control when money is at risk. Performance on the charts is an extension of habits built in your daily life. Rule number 7 is the daily audit. Every night, you will use a checklist to review your adherence to all 6 preceding rules. Ask yourself, did I limit myself to one trade? Did I risk exactly 1%? Did I complete my physical and mental training? If you miss or break a single rule on any day, your 90-day clock immediately resets to day 1. While 21 days might initiate a habit, 90 days of consistent repetition embeds these actions into your daily routine. Timestamp your first day by leaving a comment below. Plan to return to that comment in 90 days to report your progress and your results. Executing this checklist without deviation removes the behavioral volatility that sabotages most traders. By conquering your own impulses, you clear the path for your strategy to perform as intended.